Blighty Boxing with Frank Warren and Queensbury, and we're joined by Archie Trust the Process Sharp. Now Arch, we caught up a few weeks ago, so we don't need to go over too much old ground, but what's happened since then is the fight that we were talking about, Sosa.
Yeah.
It's still happening, but it didn't happen when it was supposed to happen because he got COVID. Now after all your sort of trials, tribulations and injuries, it must have been a little bit of a blow when that news broke.
Did you trust the process?
Well,
What happened? My little girl was born that day, so the day
where were you? Were you in the hotel already?
No, so I was about to. The fight got cancelled a couple of days before, and then on the Thursday we were supposed to be leaving to go to Telford. Supposed to be leaving at 6 o'clock to go to Telford, and then instead at 6 o'clock on Thursday I was in the hospital waiting for my little girl to be born. So it all worked out. It is what it is. I'm happy that I'm back at the Royal Albert. I'm in London, fans are back, and yeah, my last outing at the Royal Albert was obviously a big knockout. So another one to follow suit behind.
I don't know about frustrating. It sounds like you just got lucky, and really, all in all, there, the way that played out, because you obviously haven't factored all that in really very well, had you?
I just like I say, I just trust what was going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Trust the process, Rich. I keep saying it because it's true, and I'm just thankful and grateful the way that everything's worked out. And I'm here today and the press conference, and I'm just looking forward to July the 10th.
I just think you've had a touch. You could have been in Telford, but then you ended up in where you should be, which is in the maternity unit, with your missus, welcoming a baby daughter into the world.
Exactly that. And now, like I say, back at the Royal Albert, what a great venue it is. And
that's where you done Deco, wasn't it?
That's where I had my famous knockout with Declan. So.
And you weren't doing that well in that fight, were you?
I was easing into it. I was warming up.
He was doing all right, wasn't he?
He was doing well because he was a good fighter. But what you got to realise with Declan, a lot of people avoid Declan, Gary, because of his amateur pedigree was unbelievable.
He can box, can't he? Yeah.
He's a very good fighter, and look, and he's a big super featherweight. I'm a big super featherweight. He's bigger than me. He's southpaw, rangy. He's all wrong for a lot of fighters. But we took the fight, and I was adamant I was going to knock Declan out, and I think that showed in the first couple of rounds because I just didn't get going. I just kept thinking about knockout, and then obviously I got a little cut in the third or the second or third, and then obviously Richard said, "Look, you got to go to work now," and then the sweet shot paid off.
I had a theory about that fight at the time. It was because it was so used to you being given opponents who walked onto you, promised to beat you up, to rough you up, and I thought, well, that one Declan's not going to do that. He's going to fiddle you about a bit, and it was interesting to see how you cope with that. And in the end, you had to pull one out of the bag, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to go change it. Do you know what I mean? But that's the difference with me and a lot of fighters is adapting. And it wasn't going well for the first couple of rounds, so I had to adapt. New strategy, and yeah, it paid off. It was a great shot, great night, and now we're back July the 10th to do the same.
For the WBO Global.
For the WBO Global.
Which is an upgrade.
Yeah, it's an upgrade. Puts me into number wherever it puts me, but it definitely secures my fight. Hopefully with Shakur or Jamel or something like that. It definitely puts it in. It puts me more up there.
We reckon this fella will be coming on to you, don't we?
Yeah, I believe so. I think typical Mexican sort of style fight really comes forward, comes to win. I think he's got a belt himself in the WBO, so yeah, he's definitely going to come. But that's perfect. Everything's working out so well for me. I can't stress, and all I've got to do is turn up on July the 10th, not worry about my opponent, just making sure that I'm in the best shape, and I'll just perform to how I know I can perform. And you've been up the gym, you've seen little glimpses. I just think there's a spark there. There's a spark.
Yeah, I mean, in previous fights though, were you getting concerned about outside things and getting bothered about tickets and other things that you shouldn't have been worrying about?
I just wasn't living the life. I think what done me was I was trying to go on business adventures. I was trying to do too many things. I was trying to run before I can walk, really. And I had to take a step back, change everything completely, something I'm completely not used to because I've been with Richard for such a long time. Obviously come away from that, change, bring me out of my comfort zone. That's what I do, come out of my comfort zone, and then I just let a little show on July the 10th.
Just finally, Shakur at the weekend.
Yeah.
What do we take from that?
I wasn't impressed with the performance, but the fella done what he had to do. He won every round. So you can't ask for more other than the knockout. He done what he needed to do, but I wasn't overly impressed with Nakafilia, to be honest with you, as an opponent. But he was the dark horse. No one knew who he was. No one. It was low key, like his name. Do you know what I mean? No one knew who he was. And then we found out who he was, and we weren't much caught.
So now, has he responded to any of your tweets?
I don't know. Probably not. Do you know what? I didn't even look, Rich, to be honest with you. He just knows I'm on him.
I think you're chucking a few out there lately, haven't you?
Yeah.
You go quiet on Twitter for ages, and all of a sudden you chuck a few in, don't you?
Chuck a few in, pipe up a little bit. But you know, I just got to concentrate on July the 10th. I'm not overlooking anyone, my opponent or anything, but Shakur, Jamel Herring, they're the fights that I want. And for me to have them fights, I've got to be in the best shape as possible. So I've took this fight as if I'm fighting a Shakur or a Jamel. So I know I have to be in the best shape possible.
You know what? Trust the process. That's what I say.
Rich. That's what you got to do.
Cheers, Arch.
Cheers. Thank you.